Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are back once again with another pay-per-view preview. This time, we are previewing the first premium live event of 2026 for WWE and one of their biggest shows of the year, the WWE Royal Rumble 2026, for the first time outside of North America in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And it is a big show, which means a very large number of matches. Yes, four matches, and that is a lot in comparison to the last premium live event or special event that me and my co-host previewed last time. And of course, that means I am joined by the beautiful, the lovely, the one and only unfiltered co-host of them all, Maggie, from Coexisting with Rob. And Maggie, how are you feeling?
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by unfiltered. I just watched your Dynamite review. And I'm unfiltered.
we need I think, like, I had someone ask me before, and they was like, you need to do a podcast with you, Jimmy, and Maggie. I think I was like, you want us to get kicked off of YouTube. Like
I mean, you can. No, I don't. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, on paper it'll be really fun, but like for a live event at a show, you know, in a building, you know, at a event room, but not on a no, I don't.
Live, like, we're gonna do like a True Heel Heat live show, and then we'll have Jimmy and Maggie there, and they can't stop what they're gonna say. It's gonna be unfiltered for sure. Like, hey, you haven't got to the level where we need to make a disclaimer for you like we do for Jimmy, so you're not as bad as him.
Well, Rob made a disclaimer for me at the beginning of our show because, like, we got. This is so funny because Rob got a message. This was like years ago, and he was like, "Can you guys not curse because my little kid is watching?" And Rob was like, "Our show isn't for kids."
That's the answer.
If you're a good parent, just don't make your kids watch our show. I mean, it's just. And then he decided to put that at the beginning of every show. He was like, it's not it's considered for adults, having in mind that neither Rob or me or myself are adults, but like and he describes why, because I'm gonna drop F-bombs and he's gonna make sexual innuendo and, like, you know, stuff like that. But it is not for kids. Like, if you're a child and you're watching, that's on you.
Yeah,
like,
that's your choice.
And if you enjoy us while you're a child, you should get yourself checked. So, and
you're probably Benjamin Button or somebody like that, or Jack, that movie with Robin Williams where he was an adult but he was actually a kid in mind. I remember that one.
Yeah, There was also this. Oh my God, what was it? It was a. There was a female version of that. You know, when a
Hmm.
young teenage girl was like woke up in a body of a 30-year-old.
Oh, is it 17 again?
13 going on 30. Was it
Oh
that?
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. There's a few of them. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
That's like that.
And none of them show the true struggles of a 30-year-old person. Like none of them were depressed. None of them were crying all the time. I don't get it.
Yeah, they don't have midlife crisis. Like,
No.
I had mine
Yeah.
at like 25. So I had it early. I'm an early bloomer.
25. Wow.
Yeah. I was like, had a existential crisis. I was like, what am I doing with my life? I was working at like a boat company. I was like, what am I doing with my life? I need
A
to move.
boat company.
Yeah, I was.
I feel like every time we're on the air together, well, not like now because like we're recording for the first time ever. We're not live, and this is weird.
I know.
And like every time we're together on air, you tell me a different thing that you've worked in your life. I feel
I worked
as
a lot of jobs.
yeah, it's like you're 70 and you're not. I mean, it
So someone was shocked because on In the Weeds, I said that I was 37, and they were like, 37? Damn, you
yeah,
old.
you're my
I'm
age.
like, yeah.
No,
I mean, look at the grays.
Yeah,
I got the grays,
look at the grave. You don't have one wrinkle on your face.
I got the grays here, though. I got the white.
I don't care.
The salt in my
No.
beard.
Fuck that. You like you don't need a cream for months and months and months to to mask that. Also, I've said this so many times. Men going gray are so hot.
You my missus was the first one that taught me, and then I've heard multiple women after that.
Yeah,
like
I'm
like
not
the
even
grays,
kidding.
So.
Yes. Men age like wine.
See, making you all feel good in the chat, and even Tommaso Ciampa. Shout outs to Ciampa. You had a moment. Your shadow knows his story. But yes, we're gonna talk.
Oh my God, that theme is so good.
It's such a banger. It's such a banger.
It's such a banger. I mean, like Psycho Killer. It was right there, but
Yeah. It's like you could have picked up that ball, but this is good.
No,
this is good.
No, this is not okay. I guess. Yeah, Mikey Ruckus did a good one. I mean, that is banging. The moment I saw the heart on the Titantron, I immediately knew that was Tommaso Ciampa, and then it turned black, and I'm like, okay.
Yes, it's happening.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Great moment on Dynamite. But we are here to talk some WWE Royal Rumble 2026. We appreciate y'all if you are joining us live. Appreciate y'all watching us on demand. This is a premiere. This is pre-recorded, but we appreciate y'all. And you'll probably find me and Maggie in the chat chatting along with y'all as this is going on.
Chatting.
If you are not watching Friday Night SmackDown, if you don't have a VPN, if you're not outside of the United States and you're waiting for SmackDown to come on later tonight, this is our preview to break down the WWE Royal Rumble 2026 premium live event. So appreciate y'all. Show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the comment section. Most of all, let us know there your predictions for WWE Royal Rumble. We want to know who you think is going to win the Rumble matches. We want to know if you think AJ Styles' career will continue on, who's going to walk out undisputed WWE champion. But most of all, We want to know your wildest, your craziest predictions when it comes to Royal Rumble surprises. Who do you think is going to return to the company? Who do you think is going to debut in the Royal Rumble? Let us know in the comments down below there. And if you're watching us on the premiere, you can also let us know in the live chat. Like I said before, me and Maggie probably in there talking our crap there as well. So you can tell us there what your wildest prediction is for Rumble surprises, because the Royal Rumble is, of course, known for the shocking and surprising moments. And we want to know what you think is going to go down this coming Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So before we get into anything with the matches, before we get into, of course, our 0 to 10 hype level for the event, I want to know from Maggie, how are you feeling going into this Royal Rumble? Because a lot of the talk going into this year's Royal Rumble has been kind of a lack of build, and a lot of people calling this one of the weakest built premium big time big four premium live events that WWE has had in recent memory. I thought that a lot of the build was saved for the last 2 weeks. I know there was some people that wanted basically a mystery vortex Royal Rumble. They didn't want to know anybody that was in the Royal Rumble, and I was like, that's not how the Royal Rumble works. We need to know some of the people. Stop making excuses for WWE's laziness. I hate when fans do that. So we do know a bunch of the people that will be involved in the Royal Rumble matches. But overall, what's been your thoughts on just the build up to this year's Royal Rumble?
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of agree with a lot of the criticism online, because I haven't been I'm not as online as I used to be. So this is strictly my opinion. I haven't been, influenced by other people. But I feel like this, in recent memory, this has been the weakest built Royal Rumble, I feel like. We've had like 4 people declare for the Rumble, and then Adam Pearce just strictly telling Finn Balor that the Rumble is full. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? And so he better have some nice surprises up his sleeve, because that's bullshit. I mean, like, he can't put out him strictly attacking someone and taking their spot, because he did turn heel. Well, he was heel, he was heel, but then he was kind of a babyface for a week, and then he turned heel again at the end of this week's Raw, which was a bit disappointing. Just a tad. And I do see that happening, but yes, it was a bit weird when it comes to the Rumble. I'm always excited for the Rumble. I have strongly mixed feelings about this year's Rumble. Strongly mixed feelings, which we're about to talk about next.
Yes, indeed. So going into that question that we always ask on all of our pay-per-view PLE previews, 0 to 10, what is your hype level, your anticipation level for this Saturday's Royal Rumble event?
Okay. So by strictly mixed feelings, I mean, because it's a Saudi Arabia show, but it's also a Royal Rumble, and it's also in a Royal Rumble that's in Saudi Arabia, which means I can watch it live. So this is what I mean when I say that I'm so torn, because it's the Rumble, I'm excited, but it's a Saudi show, and but it's a bit weird, but I can watch it live. So ask me again next year when we're talking about Mania.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the best part, especially if I'm still out here in the UK for next year's WrestleMania, is watching WrestleMania in the evening time over here.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
It's so normal. Like it's I'm gonna go ahead and say 7.5. Okay. For the Rumble, it's usually above 9 every year. but I'm gonna go 7.5 because I'm freaking out and I'm pissed off. So it just it's so
Balance.
yeah, this is so weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and say 7.5. This has nothing to do with the build that's not existent.
Yeah, this is only to do with the Royal Rumble usually delivers. Like if it's a weak build, if it's not a weak build, if we know all the participants going in or don't know all the participants going in, usually the Royal Rumble will always deliver a solid to good show. And like I enjoyed last year's Royal Rumble, so that a lot of this has to do with like how good that Royal Rumble was, what I think this Royal Rumble will deliver. So I will be close to you. I will go with a 7 out of 10. Go ahead a solid 7 out of 10 because I think that this is one of the stronger cards, especially for a 4-match card. I don't foresee any of these matches being bad, especially like the 2 non-Royal Rumble matches. I think those 2 will be great. And I think that the men's Royal Rumble and the women's Royal Rumble will be fun for what they are. So yeah, I'll go with a 7 out of 10. It has nothing to do with the build whatsoever. I agree with that.
It's not. It doesn't exist.
So let's start with the first of 2 Royal Rumble matches, the women's Royal Rumble. Let's do the ladies. Ladies go first here. First, you got the women's Royal Rumble matchup. Already announced for the matchup is, of course, the Judgment Days. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez. We got the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. Asuka and I believe Kairi Sane will be a part of this year's Royal Rumble. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Jordan Grace has declared for the women's Royal Rumble match, as well as Julia, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. Those are kind of the confirmed participants in this year's Women's Royal Rumble, as well as Becky Lynch, the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, as well, has declared for the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. So not as much as the men. The men have like, I think 16, 17 guys that have been announced for the Rumble. The women have been kind of confined to different stories that they've told, with Rio feuding with the Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw. You got Charlotte and Alexa feuding with Lash Legend and Nia Jax, and then Julia and Kiana James were a part of that rivalry as well. So they've kind of been in like had the different segments that set people up or declared people for the Royal Rumble. A couple of people have stories going in, like Jordan Grace, who's been feuding with Jade Cargill, wants to get a shot at the WWE Women's Championship. You got the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions being involved in the matchup. Kairi Sane saying that she would do anything to help Asuka win the Women's Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch, of course, being the Intercontinental Champion, wanting to become a double champion by winning the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. So my first question to you, Maggie, what is going to be I'll give you 2 to 3, you could name surprise entrants that you think are going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble, and then give me your prediction for the winner of the match.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I feel obligated to mention how surprised both you and I were, probably because like we were talking about Saturday Night Main Event because there were 3 matches. Oh, what 4th match are they gonna build? Oh, probably Jade versus someone. And then they gave us Nakamura versus AJ Styles. I'm like, wow. That match was way better than any of the WWE title matches that they had years ago. And I'm like, why was this better? It was...
That was their best WWE match, probably. Yeah.
It was. No, not probably. It was their best WWE match.
I'm a big fan of their last man standing match at Money in the Bank, because mainly I remember that one because that was the only one that actually didn't have a dick kick or like just end ridiculously like all the other ones.
That's a low bar.
But hey, it was a great match. Even Nakamura said that's his favorite match in WWE.
Even more than the Sami Zayn one?
Yeah, because it's AJ. AJ, he has this history with, and it's the main roster. It's different from NXT.
It is different. Okay, so because this is the first year when I won't mention AJ like oh my god, she's coming back, because I feel like she will be in the Rumble.
Yes, I think so.
Yes,
it's safe to say.
It's safe to say because it's her first year back and she's never been in the Rumble. So I understand if she, I would absolutely understand if she's not in the Rumble because she has, different beliefs and stuff. I'll be absolutely fine because like I support my mom. So naturally I will not be pissed off. So yeah, she will be in the Rumble. For me, she should be in the Rumble just so she can eliminate Becky Lynch. And this is how, they can build up to a WrestleMania match. So because this is the first year when I'm not crying when mentioning AJ, I feel like someone else has to take her place, and this forever and ever and ever will be Caitlyn. I want Caitlyn back now. Now that we have AJ Lee back, I just want Caitlyn. Just, I'm just that era of the Divas, division.
Yeah,
I caught up that era. I didn't catch up with the previous one, the one that started it all and everything. But Caitlyn, for me, and AJ had banger of matches. Caitlyn also has the best spear. And that's probably because AJ sold the crap out of it. That's probably why. Yeah, and she's strong as fuck. So, like, I just want her, facing all the beefy women in that division. I would love it if we got Bianca Belair back.
Yes. She is second right now in the betting odds to win this Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so I can so tell that she's not there. Like I can feel a huge gap in the women's division, and that's Bianca Belair. I I really want to, because I'm going to bet on Liv Morgan to win this year's Rumble. I'm just going to go ahead and mention that I'm mostly torn about the Rumble for the women's Rumble itself, because I'm both excited to see what the women come up with as ring attire, and simultaneously I'm cranky about it, because they're gonna be all like cat women pointing at each other, like the Spider-Man thing, but like that does give them the opportunity to be creative. Bianca Belair has been so good in all of her matches, and because she makes her own ring gear, and that makes it even more exciting. I want to see what the dynamic between Kairi Sane and Asuka is, because I don't know if this was mentioned on previews on Raw, all over wrestling media, but that backstage segment with Becky and the Kabuki Warriors, I feel like Becky was doing her best not to crack up during that segment, because like I cracked up on 4 different occasions during that 1-minute segment. And Kyrie's so good. Asuka's the best. Becky's my other mom. And like it's absolutely wonderful. So I hope that Jordynne Grace shines in this Rumble, but I do feel like Lash Legend will be the one too. Because like we've seen her on the main roster now, but like let's now see what she's capable of by eliminating a bunch of women. And then,
so you think she gets the most eliminations?
Well, either her or Jordynne Grace, because I also always have a soft spot for Jordynne Grace. And I feel like because she did nothing in NXT, I feel like it's best for them to give her the the most eliminations in this year's Rumble. And I know at least eliminate Jade so that there's a legitimate reason for that match to happen. I don't know, seriously, but either Lash or Jordynne Grace, because I feel like we've grown tired of the Nia Jax experience during the Rumbles. Yeah, but definitely Liv Morgan. I feel like
so
it's her time.
Liv?
Yeah.
I can definitely see Liv. She's the right now the number one when it comes to the betting odds to win the Royal Rumble. I think that Liv will definitely be in a title match at WrestleMania. I just don't know if they're gonna give her the Rumble win necessarily. As far as like who I think is gonna be the person who eliminates the most, I think you're right. It's gonna come down to one of three people. For me, it would be Jordan Gray / Legend or Raquel Rodriguez. I think they are very much pushing Raquel a lot, but I would say Lash Legend would be the one that I would give the honor of having the most eliminations, especially being the tag team partner of Nia Jax, who has held that distinction so many times before. I think it would make sense that Lash is the one who eliminates the most people. As far as surprises, I think the surprises that we kind of already know that are definitely going to happen. Nikki Bella was seen in a photo with Jackie Redmond on social media, so she's definitely going to be in the Royal Rumble. Tiffany Stratton has been reported by PW Insider and Fightful Select that she's going to be in the Royal Rumble, so those are no-brainers of people going to be in the Royal Rumble. Like we said, Bianca Belair is second in the betting odds, so she seems like an obvious one. And like you said, AJ Lee being involved in getting involved something with Becky Lynch, those seem like no-brainers. Those are inevitably are going to happen in this year's Rumble. As far as ones that are not so inevitable and not so out there, I'll go with Paige. I think Paige finally returns to WWE in the Women's Royal Rumble match. I'll go with her. I noticed, and I was taking notes during this week's NXT. I think Sol Ruka, JC Jane, Lola Vice, and Blake Monroe are all going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble match because they were very conspicuous by their absence in the
It was so weird. Yeah. Like Zarya having a phone conversation and her phone isn't even ringing. It was on display. They're not even trying. Sweetie, they're not even trying. And like, well, what do you mean she's not here? And I'm like, yeah, she's in Saudi.
Exactly. She's already inside. She went on the charter on Monday night. Sorry, guys.
How the hell can you know? You don't know, and I know. Like, and on the other hand, can they use this as part of a storyline? Why didn't you tell me you're a part of the Rumble?
Yeah. That could continue this whole dissension storyline with Zarya that she didn't tell her she was going to be part of the Rumble. Maybe I wanted to be in the Royal Rumble, something like that. And then also, like Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed coming out to the ring, but who wasn't with them? JC Jane. I think JC Jane is definitely going to be in the Rumble. Lola Vice, she got mentioned by Thea Hale that Thea Hale said she was going to get knocked out. We saw Thea Hale, we saw Izzy Dame, who are all going to be in that triple threat next week, but we didn't see Lola Vice. Lola Vice is going to be in the Royal Rumble, and Blake Monroe was just appeared on video from her hotel, obviously. So I was like, yeah, she's going to be in the Royal Rumble as well. So I think all four of those ladies from NXT. If I say anybody from like outside of the company, I think Ash by Elegance, who just recently got cleared to compete again. Maybe she can come in and represent TNA, either her or Lei Ying Lee, the current TNA Knockouts world champion. I think she would be another one. As far as like legends, Trish Stratus always seems like someone who appears once a year in the Royal Rumble and is still out there. And, we saw her at Evolution last year. She could still compete in the ring. So she would make sense to be in the Royal Rumble. Since I think she was in the crowd, if I'm not mistaken, at John Cena's final match, Eve Torres would be one from that generation of the divas that you were talking about that I would say can be in this year's Royal Rumble. Eve Torres being in the Rumble. Please, no Michelle McCool, just Eve Torres.
Every year, I swear, every year she's a part of the crowd, and then her music hits, and she's like, "Oh my god,
oh my god, I must be in the Royal Rumble."
You can say no. By the way, you can say no.
You can't just hit your music and then you're in the.
Yeah, like why not hit Caitlin's music and she just gets her butt off the couch and just arrives? Like,
it's like, oh damn, I have to get over there.
I have to get there.
And then as far as the winner, like I said, I think I would love to go with you and go with Liv. I think Liv would be my second choice. I'm going to go with Bianca Belair to be the second ever 2-time winner of the Royal Rumble. I think setting up Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill and having enough time to build that up to be a big matchup on the WrestleMania card, because on paper and just looking at these two women, that has the potential to headline a WrestleMania. Not so much if you actually watch the weekly television and you see how they book Jade Cargill, but I'm talking about if you just see Jade Cargill and you see Bianca Belair and you're like, yeah, those are two superstars. That should probably be the main event of WrestleMania because on paper, and then on paper, their story of being former tag team partners, being former friends, then having the fallout due to Naomi betraying the both of them and attacking Jade led to them splitting off with one another, but they've never had direct one-on-one kind of animosity towards one another, but putting the title in between them, you can make this into a big matchup with enough time. So I'm going to go with Bianca to win here. I do think that if Liv doesn't win the Royal Rumble, she's definitely winning the Elimination Chamber. Because like I said, I think she's going to be in a title match at WrestleMania. But I'm going to go with Bianca here.
That's a nice pick. I would like Bianca and Jade is a no-brainer for me. I feel like she can win the Elimination Chamber though, because I've loved Bianca in each and every Elimination Chamber match that she's been in. I feel like she's made it her own match by now. I don't remember how much she's been in, how many Elimination Chambers she's been in.
She's won 2 at least, because she won the one to set up her and Becky at WrestleMania 38. And then she won the one last year to get the to be in the triple threat with Io and Rhea.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason why I'm not saying her winning this year in the elimination chamber.
I get it.
Saying
I get it.
Winning the Rumble.
Absolutely. I just feel like Liv winning the Rumble this year is I feel like it's her time because she's always wanted to be number 1 in the Rumble. Did they give her number 2 last year?
I think no, they gave her number 2 in 2023, but she's tied for the record of being a 2-time runner-up in the Royal Rumble with Charlotte Flair. I think that she will be the last person Bianca Belair eliminates, so she can have the record of being a 3-time runner-up. Yeah. Only one person would have one more runner-up places in the Royal Rumble ahead of her, man or female, and that would be Roman Reigns if she's the runner-up once again this year.
Fucking boo, man! Beat that fucking record. What? Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Liv.
That's right.
I'm gonna love it if Bianca wins. By the way,
I am hoping though that we don't need the women to be in this match for an hour again, because they literally, if you look at the record for Iron Woman, the top 3 is all from last year. The top 3 most time in a Royal Rumble was all last year, and then number 4 is Bayley from 2024. So, like, we don't need any of the women lasting over an hour. We can have the Iron Woman be like 40, 50 minutes in the Rumble. If I had to pick that, who would I pick to be the Iron Woman? Lyra. I would go with Lyra.
Oh, I can go with a Lyra.
Yeah. I mean, they should start off with Lyra and Bayley to kick off the Rumble. That would be my prediction as well.
You asshole. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm biased. Let's just go with AJ and Becky. Let's start with AJ being the number 1. Right off the top. Let's have AJ being the number 1 in the Rumble, and I'm
No, you got to do number 2, because it's got to be Becky coming in first and then her having the shock face when AJ comes out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is better, but I just wanted AJ to be number 1. And
I can see that.
I do adore her. I don't need her to be the Iron Woman because she's been away for like 20,000 years. She doesn't need to be an Iron Woman, you know. Let's all just be real here.
I'm gonna add to your prediction of AJ eliminating Becky. I think Roxanne eliminates AJ.
I can go with that. I want. You said who?
Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
Her daughter eliminates
her daughter. Yeah, I thought you said Raquel, and I'm like, I'll prefer Roxanne. Yeah, Roxanne. They can have the thing.
Yeah, she gives her a hug and then she grabs her by the hair and throws her out. Says, "Bye, Mom."
Bye, Mom. Say hi to Dad. Which CM Punk has nothing to do during the Rumble, right?
No.
Is he like he's not in the Rumble?
He's licking his wounds from the beatdown from Finn Balor, apparently.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Who's also not at the Rumble.
Also not. It's too full. Even though we had two people declared through a video package, and then another person who declared on an opposite show on another network on the Pat McAfee show via FaceTime. And then Miz also said he wants to declare, but he just hasn't already, but he plans on doing it despite it being full.
You know how Adam Pearce always said, "I need a drink." I feel like he's a drunk.
You might be onto something. But let's talk about one of the most anticipated matches for this Saturday. No titles up for grabs, but it's a personal rivalry with a big stake added to it, as it will be AJ Styles going one-on-one with the ring general, GUNTHER. This matchup was set up over the last couple of weeks, ever since GUNTHER beat John Cena, making him submit and tap out for the first time in 20 years in his career. GUNTHER has been a braggadocious asshole, bragging up and down the place, saying that John Cena tapped out like a little bitch, and he has gotten under the skin of one of John Cena's greatest rivals, AJ Styles. AJ Styles took it personal. He didn't like the disrespect that GUNTHER was showing to Cena, so he issued a challenge to him. They faced on the January 12th edition of Monday Night Raw in a great matchup where GUNTHER actually tapped out to AJ Styles' calf crusher, but the referee did not see the tap out. AJ felt the tap out on his leg, but the referee did not see it. This allowed for GUNTHER to get a low blow and a power bomb that had him pick up the victory. AJ Styles, wanting revenge for this loss, he issued the challenge for a rematch at the Royal Rumble after GUNTHER had already declared for the Royal Rumble match, so GUNTHER had no intention to accept the challenge. He had no incentive for the matchup until he came up with a brilliant idea. He said he will face AJ, give him his rematch if AJ puts his career on the line. Styles decided to accept the challenge after speaking to his wife, who told him to kick GUNTHER's ass. This led to AJ having one final big matchup when Shinsuke Nakamura on Saturday night's main event, proving that he could still get the job done, still put on another excellent matchup against one of his greatest rivals. It led to Monday Night Raw this week, where Styles went one-on-one for the first time in a WWE ring against CM Punk. It came this close to becoming World Heavyweight Champion, while GUNTHER had a sit-down interview which told his overall intention for all of this. Why he wanted AJ to put his career on the line is that he is sick and tired of all these old-timers chasing one more fleeting moment. He said Bill Goldberg wanted to have one more fleeting moment, and he retired him and snuffed that out. John Cena went a full year trying to chase moment after moment, but all people will remember now is that GUNTHER made him tap out like a little bitch. And he wants to do the same thing to AJ Styles, and he wants to hear Michael Cole say the phenomenal one: AJ Styles' career is over. Will it be over? Styles had caused a lot of speculation, a lot of buzz in the wrestling world when he said on Monday's Raw that GUNTHER is going to try to end his WWE career. He also said that there are guys in locker rooms all over the world that he would love to face in his final year. we all know that 2026 AJ intends to retire. His contract does expire with WWE in February. There was Shinsuke Nakamura with the diary post where he revealed that AJ told him last year that he is finishing up with WWE, finishing up his run here at the Royal Rumble. He's already decided that that's where he's going to retire. 10 years to the day, 10 years to the event that he made his debut at the Royal Rumble in 2016. Will AJ Styles' career in WWE be over this Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia? Maggie, what have you thought about the build to this matchup? What have you thought about all the talk, all the speculation, all the buzz going into this matchup? I think this match here has been the best built out of everything on the Royal Rumble, including the 2 Royal Rumble matches. And the talk has been more about this match than both Royal Rumble matches to me during this week. So what have you thought about the lead up to this, and who do you think wins on Saturday?
Yes, because everything that you just mentioned is absolutely correct. It has had the most build, and it's, for me, it is one of the most anticipated matches for this year's Royal Rumble. And it pains me to ask you this question. Are you going to be okay if I just send you $50 just so we don't talk about this match?
You're not emotionally ready?
I'm not. I just thought that we were gonna have more time. Because I really feel like he's gonna retire. I really feel like he's gonna lose this match to Gunther, and his career in wrestling is gonna be just over. I know that he keeps saying WWE career, but the things I want him to do, I don't know if I'm gonna get. And I'm not talking about things I want him to do to me.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm talking about wrestling, obviously, because I don't matter. Okay.
She's like, I want him to hit me with that 450 splash. Hit me with those Styles clash.
Can we just not have men that can do a springboard 450 retiring? How? What do you mean retire? I don't want to do this past 50. Sweetie, you're acting like you're 25. You're 48. He's currently 48. And he's doing springboard 450s. What is with you, my man? What do you mean retire? You're crazy. I mean, this match has me all emotional. I always thought that Gunther was going to be the one to retire AJ, but not at the fucking Rumble. I just thought that we were gonna have, at least up until SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But this is, because like knowing AJ, and I don't know AJ, but like during his career, he's done a lot. And because he's so ridiculously humble, which is so pissing me off right now. I don't think that he wants a big send-off like Cena had. Mm-hmm. I don't think he wants that. I just think he wants to go to baseball games with his sons and just chill and be a dad, which is one of the most precious things ever. Spend time with Wendy. And with everyone. And just, I don't know if he's going to have a TNA run just for the sake of it, because I don't think that any wrestling fan will ever shut up about AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega.
Yeah, like the fact that he said WWE career has created so many people being like fantasy booking him going to AEW, because it's very akin to the way Bryan and Edge talked when they were retiring from WWE. So like, I said this on Rated Raw Review this week, and I'll repeat it again. The thought of AJ Styles in AEW is too good to be true. It's too good. It's too like there's too many great matches for us to be like, this is actually gonna happen. No, it sounds great fantasy booking it and talking about it, but I don't think the wrestling gods are gonna be that nice to us.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know if we've ever done something that good to deserve, AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega. But at this point of wrestling, and I hate myself for saying it, but I feel like my wrestling needs tend to chase after AJ Styles versus Will Ospreay way more now, because like a definitive passing of the torch. And the only place I will be absolutely okay for this to happen is Wrestle Kingdom.
Ooh. I was going to say Wembley, but yeah. That works too.
No.
That works too.
It's just...
please, AJ. Just sign a 6-month contract. 6 months. That's all we need. 6 months.
It doesn't need to have a contract. Just Wrestle Kingdom. He just goes to Wrestle Kingdom, and he gets Will Ospreay. That is it. And they can have a face-off backstage with Kenny Omega, and that is it. One of wrestling's never happened before. Because I personally wish that Sting versus Triple H never happened. I so wish that
Same.
Yeah.
I think everybody and their mama wanted Sting and Undertaker when Sting came to WWE, and we never got it.
I'm glad that we didn't have it, because it was at around the time where you couldn't get good matches out of Undertaker anymore.
Oh, it wouldn't be about the match quality with Sting and Undertaker. All it would be about is the stare down in the ring. That's all it would be about. Just stare down in the ring, hit the greatest hits, call it a day. But AJ Styles and a Kenny Omega, AJ Styles and a Will Ospreay, I would say just do 3 matches in AEW, AJ. If you have anything left, if you have any itch you need to scratch, 3 matches in AEW. Give me Omega, give me Ospreay, and then the retirement match with Samoa Joe. That's how it should end.
Ace Austin should be right in there.
I mean, I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm just gonna say 3 matches.
I'm greedy. I'm greedy. Okay, so Hangman.
She's like, I'm gonna keep going. MJF, Takeshita.
No, Takeshita, yes.
Fletcher.
That's an obvious one. Fletcher, yes. Swerve.
Yeah.
Damn it. Who's the... Oh yeah, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is right there.
Samoa Joe is the obvious. Like, I feel like if you could do either Samoa Joe and AJ 1-on-1, or you could do Daniels. Hey, you could do one more match, right? One more match. Wembley Stadium, Daniels, Joe, AJ finale. Mm-hmm. That's the retirement match for all 3 of y'all. Call it a day. Boom. But
I can even have Jack Perry, just for the sake of it. Just have Jack Perry in there.
I won't show Jimmy Macaram this podcast, because he'll get upset that you said Jack Perry.
Hey, people are gonna say Darby Allin, and I'm gonna be pissed off. So
call it even.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. I does feel like this is the end of the road. That this is how AJ wants to write his story. He wants to end it on the same show that he made his debut 10 years ago. Perfectly tie a bow on his WWE run at 10 years. He's wrestled more matches in WWE than he ever did in TNA. I think he did more matches in WWE than he did in TNA and New Japan combined. So like he leaves behind a legacy unlike any other, a guy that made his name outside of the promotion and came to this company and just took it by storm, wins the WWE Championship 8 months after debuting, goes on to 2 WWE title runs, his second run that was over a year long, Intercontinental Champion, US Champion, Tag Team Champion, so many stellar matches against John Cena, against Samoa Joe, against Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor. The list goes on and on. The guys that he put on classics with in his run with WWE, and I think Gunther is the right guy to give him one last classic on a WWE show. This needs to get at least 20 minutes, but it could be 20 minutes. It could be however long. I think they're going to deliver one of the best matches of the year in this matchup to close out Styles' WWE run the right way.
Stop saying that.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the matchup, and I think that they should give him like a proper kind of send off and like show respect to one of the all-time greats that left a legacy here in WWE. After his legacy had already seemingly been written, he came on here and just created a whole new one in a different company. It's amazing.
Why would he trademark his logo?
I mean, he could be doing it for conventions. He might want to make some money on the convention circuit. So like, but yeah, these things, he is just creating the conversation about what if he's ending the WWE run and he goes to TNA and he does a short run there and he faces Mike Santana. And he faces Moose, and he faces Leon Slater, and then he closes things out with another one of his best friends. If he's not going to close it out with Joe and Daniels in AEW, he can close it out with Frankie Kazarian in TNA.
Yeah, because like everyone keeps mentioning that Twitter post that he had, because like he quote tweeted a fan saying you should retire in AEW, and he quote tweeted him saying this is the stupidest thing I've ever read.
Yeah, he did, but like I said it once, I'll say it again. I said this, pull back the curtain. I said this to Alex McCarthy, who mentioned that AJ in the past has told him personally in interviews that he would love to become a WWE scout after his WWE career is over. And I was like, yeah, that's great. Edge also said he wanted to work backstage after his WWE career was over. Bryan Danielson also said he wanted to work WWE creative when his WWE career was over. And I always say one thing that I've learned from watching wrestling all my life and interviewing wrestlers over the last couple of years. You have to take everything a wrestler says with a grain of salt and half a pint of tequila, because you can't trust what these wrestlers say.
Well said. Well said.
So I think Gunther gets the win. How he gets the win, I think maybe the sleeper again, and this time he makes AJ tap out to get revenge for him tapping out in the first matchup.
I feel like AJ will pass out.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I need for him to pass out. Yeah, never tap out, and yeah, never tap out. And if you're gonna tap out, just don't have the look that Cena had. Never do that.
Put me to sleep, Poppy. Oh, I love being in your arms.
Yeah. You want mother's milk?
I'll give you some more mother's milk. Then we got for the undisputed WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre. He defends against one of his arch nemesis over the last couple of years, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, of course, started off 2026 putting his focus back on the undisputed WWE Championship. He said that he had a conversation with his son, who was sitting front row at John Cena's final match in December, and he talked about how John Cena was called the Never Seen 17, and his son asked him, why is he called that? He says it's because John Cena has been world champion 17 times, and his son asked him, how many times have you been world champion, Dad? And he told him none. So he wants to make his son proud and win the world championship, can put his focus back on the WWE title. This led to Drew McIntyre on the January 9th edition of Friday Night SmackDown finally getting the victory over Cody Rhodes in a 3 stages of hell match to become the new champion. And he put a clause in the contract that said Cody could not get a rematch at the title. Nick Aldis made 4 qualifying matches to set up a fatal 4-way at Saturday night's main event, which saw Randy Orton beating The Miz, saw Trick Williams beating Matt Cardona, Damian Priest beating Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn beating Ilya Dragunov, and another banger between those two gentlemen. And then at Saturday night's main event on January 24th, it was Sami Zayn in his hometown of Montreal who got the job done, beat the 3 other challengers to punch his ticket for the Royal Rumble in his second home away from home, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where the fans have really embraced Sami for adopting their culture so well. And he's going to have the home field advantage in this one, but he has to face an opponent he has never beaten. In fact, Sami Zayn is 0-11 versus Drew McIntyre. Will being in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia be the difference maker to finally get Sami to win the big one and win the WWE Championship for the first time? Or will Drew continue his very remarkable run that he's been on since the January 9th SmackDown? This should be a good one. Who you got, Maggie? I think you're muted.
Yes, I was, because I was eating my apple. Yes, thank you. So I did mention something last week when I was here with you on our Saturday night main event predictions. I'm gonna stick to it because I feel like it was too good, to not stick to. I don't think Sami wins this match. He's gonna continue losing to Drew McIntyre, but I do feel like he will win the championship next year in at WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. Like we both of us mentioned on the show last week, if the Rumble ends up being in Canada, if the Rumble is in Canada next year, it's going to be so full circle and so perfect. Because I do see Sami Zayn winning the Rumble next year and then going to Saudi Arabia to win the championship. Then I don't know who holds it or anything, but I do feel like that's what happens. I don't think that he beats Drew McIntyre here. But you can make I'm not going to be mad if he wins, because I do have Roman Reigns winning the Rumble, and Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania is a pretty good match. But I don't think this is the year that we're going to get it, because I do feel like they're pretty adamant and making Roman Reigns babyface right now. But so I don't feel like we're getting that. So yeah, Drew McIntyre retaining, with some sort of shenanigans, I feel like. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I can see that. I can see the Drew either like with a low blow or rake of the eyes, some way he's going to screw over Sami, or Sami has a visual pin, but the referee is knocked down. It's going to be some way that he screws him over. It's going to be very much akin. I think you made the comparison to Cody losing at WrestleMania 39 and then him winning at WrestleMania 40, except this will be in the same place instead of the same event for Sami, where he gets screwed over in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia this year at the Royal Rumble, but then he wins the Royal Rumble next year and then goes back to Riyadh to win the World Championship at next year's WrestleMania. I'm right in tune with you with that booking, but the Drew run has to continue. Drew feels like he is building momentum as the undisputed WWE champion, and he needs to go in to WrestleMania with the title. I don't know who he's going to verse. You kind of gave your prediction for the next matchup, but I'm not sure if WWE is going to go the predictable route. I don't know. I just have a feeling, but I think that Drew is definitely going to be the champion going into at least Elimination Chamber. Who knows? Maybe actually WrestleMania as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he wins here.
Yeah.
But without further ado, let's get into the final match of the second of 2 Royal Rumble matches, the men's Royal Rumble matchup. We got several stars who have declared for the Royal Rumble. You got Cody Rhodes, who was the first participant who declared for the Rumble. You got the ring general GUNTHER Penta, Ray Phoenix, and Dragon Lee all declared at the same time. Jay Uso declared after winning last year's Royal Rumble matchup. You had Roman Reigns, who declared via video package on SmackDown last week. You have Solo Sikoa, who's declared for the Royal Rumble. Jacob Fatu has declared for the Royal Rumble, coming off their losses for Saturday night's main event. I'm just assuming Damian Priest, Randy Orton, and Trick Williams will all be in the men's Royal Rumble matchup. Javon Evans declared for the men's Royal Rumble this week on Monday Night Raw. Oba Femi declared via video package on for the men's Royal Rumble as well. And I believe Brock Lesnar on via FaceTime on the Pat McAfee show declared for the Royal Rumble as well. So a star-studded field, so many participants. So as we did with the women's Royal Rumble, who is your 2 to 3 big surprises for this Rumble matchup? Who do you think is going to be the person with the most eliminations, and who wins the men's Royal Rumble?
Okay, in terms of surprises, I do feel like this is the moment where we get Hobbs
Oh, I like that.
to debut. I do feel like it's gonna be either him or Obafemi with the most eliminations. I'm not completely sold on Chris Jericho returning at the Rumble. I'm not sold on that. I do feel like it's gonna be a pretty good visual of them making the countdown like the normal Royal Rumble countdown, and then the last 3 are his own.
That would be dope. That would be dope. I would love that. I forgot to mention the Vision. The Vision will be in the.
Obviously. Because they've done this before with Chris Jericho. Just
That's
FYI.
true.
They've done this before. So I'm not completely sold on the Chris Jericho being there, but I do feel like he's going to on his way to WWE. I feel like it's a no-brainer. The one person I'm really, really, really hoping to see back is less than a 1% chance that he's back, and that's Kevin Owens, because he's not it's not his time. And I miss him so much. You can tell, just like Bianca, you can tell that he's not there. Oh man, this is weird. I don't know, because like for the women, when it comes to surprises, it's so weird because who are you going with surprises wise? Like who?
I'm going with my big one. It's between Chris Jericho. I think he does show up in the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
I think that AEW will probably remove him from the roster page as we're talking, probably on Friday for the people watching. Probably sometime during the day, they will announce, Chris Jericho's been removed from the AEW roster page. I wonder where we're going to see him next. I think it's going to be something like that, or the big one, because of how often he's been on ESPN this week, including as we're recording, the day we're recording it, he was on multiple shows during the day, and he's been used as the number one face. And Ryan Clark basically spoiled it on one of the ESPN shows. Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins will be back. He will be healthy enough to be in the Royal Rumble, and I think he eliminates Braun Breaker and probably multiple members of the Vision and gets his revenge on the Vision and probably makes it to the final 4, final 6 of the Royal Rumble.
Okay, listen, that's great because everyone knows I'm a Seth girly. Everyone keeps hating us, you included, because he's a ridiculous champion and he gets
no. I just didn't like Seth. Seth stuck to his babyface stick, even though he was a heel. If he's coming back and he's being a babyface, I think that's where he's most comfortable at. He's most comfortable being a babyface at this place in his career. So I'm fine with Seth right now. I
will always feel like Seth is a babyface, just like I will always feel like Drew McIntyre is a babyface. Just how can I just don't I cannot understand. I mean, I can understand, but I cannot get behind heels who always tell no lies, and the sole reason why they're considered heels is because they attack the guy that everyone likes, and that's stupid for me, because baby faces should be able to not like one another.
Yeah.
And you can make your own decisions without someone pointing at something and saying, this is black, this is white, this, like, no shades of gray, And that's stupid for me, because that's not how things work in real life.
True.
And I will be glad if Seth is back, my Seth Rollins. Yes, but Hobbs.
Okay. Yeah, I can see Hobbs, Royce Keys being a part of the Royal Rumble.
Okay, so can we just not, because he's already ruined name-wise, can we just have a banger, theme?
Can he be Powerhouse Royce Keys?
How can someone named Royce Keys can be a powerhouse? Your name is something that
he's named after his son's first name. Don't you know we can't make fun of it? We can't say it's a bad name because it's named after his son. No, I don't believe that. You can make fun of it.
You can also make fun of him being named at something people continue losing in 2026.
Also true.
So, like,
very true.
What? How is this supposed to be a powerhouse? Named after the thing that you lose most in your life.
Royce Keys. You have a Rolls Royce and you lost your keys.
Yes, or these are the keys that belong to Royce.
Royce's keys. Oh, you just figured it out. It's like Dante's lyric. Oh, man.
I mean, Will Hobbs was such a legitimate name for that person, and I'm not saying it because this was the initial name that he carried, because Ricky Starks was also the best name ever.
Yeah. I don't know why Mariah May was the best name ever.
Mariah May, like, I don't know. It's just weird. I have no idea because people continue to say, well, you have no problem with them changing their names when they go to AEW. That's the name.
They're forced upon them. Like, it's not something that, it's not like the company making the choice. It's because they can't be called that in AEW.
Yeah, it's like Seth Rollins fairly recently talked about him desperately wanting to pitch the name Tyler Black to WWE, but the fact that the previous regime wanted them to own everything about the wrestler, and he was really pissy while talking about it, and you can tell because Tyler Black is such a wonderful name when it comes to, I mean, I am emotionally invested in the name Seth Rollins because it's a good name. Seth Rollins is a perfectly acceptable name. I'm gonna have problems eventually one day, maybe, probably not, because he's so married to WWE. Eventually calling him Tyler Black once again. But
yeah, he's a Fed soldier.
He's a lifer, man. He's a lifer. I know. He's been waving that flag, and it's gonna be so weird if he goes somewhere else and they're like, "Hey, buddy."
Hey, Tyler.
What was that you said? 25 years ago.
I remember you.
I remember, yeah.
I do agree with you. I think Obafemi is probably going to have the most elimination. He should have the most eliminations.
He should. Let me tell you, he should eliminate Brock Lesnar.
I think Brock eliminates Gunther to set up their WrestleMania match, but then you have Oba eliminate Brock. Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer.
Do you think Gunther beats Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania, but eventually Obafemi retires? Brock Lesnar.
That's what I would like. I would like Gunther
Okay.
to beat him at
Because-
WrestleMania this year, and then Oba beats him at SummerSlam.
Just so both of them can have the spotlight when it comes to, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and then it sets
Fuck
up their
off, Brock.
big matchup in like a
Yes.
year or so.
Yes. I would love that.
Yeah.
Piss off, Brock.
But you got winning. Who you got winning?
I have Roman Reigns winning because I feel like they're gonna have Roman Reigns versus CM Punk at WrestleMania this year.
It seems like the cards are going against it. And you I don't know if you were listening to AE Ramble, me and Jimmy talking about that briefly, where it feels like Triple H and Cody Rhodes, who worked together against The Rock at WrestleMania 40 to get what they wanted with Cody finishing his story, are now choosing Roman Reigns to be the villain of their story. And they're working against Roman because we all know the reports that came out after Survivor Series was that Roman was losing his political power and he wanted to get back into the title picture and beat Cody at WrestleMania to get his win back and become the WWE champion. It does feel like behind the scenes, Cody didn't want that. He convinced Triple H that that was a bad idea. They scrapped those plans. So now Roman's like, all right, enjoy the opening match, Cody. I'm going to face Punk in the main event of night 2. I don't think though you need that. you need that to happen with Roman winning the Royal Rumble. I do think that Roman should and will be the favorite going into Saturday. I think that you should make the next guy. I think that it should though be back-to-back men's Royal Rumbles being won by the Samoan bloodline. But I'm going with Jacob Fatu. Because the other reports that have come out is that WWE is thinking about Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu triple threat for WrestleMania, and they did the angle. That was a hot angle at Saturday night's main event. Cody don't need to win his third Royal Rumble. He don't need it. He can get to the WrestleMania main event. He can win Elimination Chamber, beat Drew on an episode of SmackDown. Somehow, some way, he can get to WrestleMania without winning the Royal Rumble. Jacob Fatu needs the Rumble win to be in a WWE Championship matchup at WrestleMania this year. And coming off of that sit-down interview that he had with Cody, where he was straight up gangbanging Maggie, he looked like a straight up blood, a Cali blood. It was awesome. I loved every minute of it. I was laughing at like 4 a.m. in the morning with Cresta on the Fightful Post show talking about it. I need Jacob Fatu to win this year's Royal Rumble. That's who I'm going. That's who my heart is going. My head says you're right. Roman Reigns is going to win. But my heart, Jacob Fatu.
I'm going to be so stoked if this ends up happening. I would love nothing more. Apart from okay. I do feel like we have Chad Gable back. I do feel like we have all the Americanos in the Rumble.
Yes, the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think Chad Gable comes back. I think LA Knight comes back and he probably eliminates one of the division members that Seth doesn't eliminate if he's in the matchup. I think those feel like safe bets right now to go into.
Yeah, but what I would like is going to be for Chad Gable to be, as El Grande Americano, and then this Chad Gable. That
would be great. I would love that. I would love that. That would be awesome. I think if Rey Mysterio is injured, it would be him, but I think someone in the Royal Rumble will be attacked by Finn Balor, and Finn Balor will be in the Royal Rumble.
The thing is, they can have El Grande Americano, and then they can have Chad Gable, and then they can, like, Finn Balor and Chad Gable can have a mini feud, just because, like, Finn Balor is gonna be like, "Are you kidding me, Pierce? 2 times for the same person."
Same person. You don't put me. It's full.
And you don't put me. And he said, "I don't understand what you're saying. This is El Grande Americano." And then
2 different people. It's 2 different people. I think if you're gonna have someone from like TNA in it, I think Leon Slater or Mike
Leon
Santana?
Slater is a sure, yeah, Max Santana, sure, but I do feel like they so want Leon Slater, and I feel like
They're gonna get him.
they already I'm pretty sure they're getting him. Mike Santana, why not? I mean, the NXT audience loved Mike Santana, and they should, because he's a tremendous wrestler. I don't know if he's gonna fit in perfectly with WWE. I don't know that still, but Leon Slater is,
He's a
built
shoe-in.
for WWE. Yeah.
But that is our predictions. All of our predictions for the surprises, the winners, and everything in between for this year's Royal Rumble. I want to thank Maggie for joining me. Always enjoy our chats talking about the big PLE and pay-per-views. Next one up that you'll see us together, we will be live for that one, will be for Grand Slam Australia, which is already taking shape for AEW, their special event coming up on February 14th. But until then, Maggie, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. This was a weird show to be pre-recorded because we didn't interact with no one. This was so weird. Which is, probably one of my favorite things, interacting with the True Heel Heat fan base. This is, always one of my favorite things because I love your guys' community, like I say, every time after a show. Thank you guys so much for having me. You can follow me on Twitter, X, or whatever, at Maggie_IK, and on Instagram at Maggie.IK. Every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern on Fightful Overbooked. Join me and Rob Wilkins for Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. Bunch of shenanigans just like this. I know wrestling fans love shenanigans, and that's why you should give us a chance. Also, please subscribe to Fightful Select, the easiest $5.99 you're ever gonna spend on wrestling. We are on Patreon, and we are gonna be having a buttload of scoops before the Royal Rumble. I've been enjoying Sean's debunkathon that takes place every Friday. A bunch of weird ass stuff on Facebook comes out a lot, and he just gathers it all and debunks everything from that. I just fell in love with it directly. So you should probably subscribe for that solely, and then you can get a buttload of bonus shows and everything. And, you get your news from the first source. So that's always, something that you should be checking out. Thank you so much again for having me on the show. Back to you, sweetie.
Back to you, SP3. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. We got Goat Match series going on with me and Jimmy Macaran watching the greatest matches of all time right now. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13 was our latest episode. Check out all the great content we got on this channel right now, like Rated Raw Review, episode 104 with me and Top Guy JJ reviewing the Go Home Show for Monday Night Raw heading into the Royal Rumble. Check out our WWE Saturday Night's Main Event review with me and the True Jaw Josh, breaking down the special event 1 week ahead of the Royal Rumble. And like Maggie, you should check out AE Ramble, episode 234, Enter Psycho Killer, as we talked about Tommaso Ciampa's big debut on AEW Dynamite this past week with me and Jimmy Macaran. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
I have a question. So, are all of our shows really, really long because we interact with the chat all the time? Because
yeah, it's the super chats. It's usually us featuring the comments and stuff like that. This will be the record for the shortest outside of that one Saturday Night's Main Event that we did in like an hour.
And it's a big four.
It's usually that. It's usually we love to interact with the chat, and we will. We probably will see us in the chat as you're watching this. So appreciate y'all if you're watching us on the premiere. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember, if you haven't already, drop the thumbs up, share this video, subscribe if you are new to the channel. I will be back live tomorrow, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time. The True Heel Heat flagship podcast. We will be your Royal Rumble pre-show. It will be myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and special guest Sad Niangi of Wrestle Purist, and our boy Alex McCarthy of Wrestling Intel. Will be breaking down everything that happened in the week that was, Tommaso Ciampa's debut, AJ Styles potentially ending his WWE career, and maybe where else will he show up next? We'll talk about all of that on the True Heel Heat flagship podcast. So join us live for that Saturday morning.
Can you gorilla press Alex McCarthy for me?
I will when I see him. I
Yes.
plan on seeing him either this coming month in February, or we're definitely going to the Eve show in March at the O2. So
Yeah, okay.
either or.
please,
I will try. I'll do some bench press and get ready for that. But thank you so much.
That's all you need.
Thank you so much to Maggie. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us. For Maggie, it is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. This has been our WWE Royal Rumble 2026 preview. We are signing off until next time.